25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? It's the Pittsburgh Panthers and the Houston Cougars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Hey guys, I caught up with Coach Narduzzi before the game, bringing his team in on the road against a very good team, ranked in the top 25. They have everything it takes to compete. This is a big matchup that fans are excited to see, but he said we have to execute early and eliminate mistakes at the line of scrimmage. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Lined up for the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking for a man. It's Wegman. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
Well, you can't start a game any better on defense. You talk about wanting to be great on third down and wanting to create turnovers. They did both. On the first third down of the game, they get a pick.
So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Pitt pushing the pace.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Kent. Stopped just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Right back to him on the ground. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Panthers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You can tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. This time he's got it. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Panthers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. To do it on the ground. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that drive covered just 44 yards. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. These corners backing off a bit. Dropping back, it's Wegman. Here's the pressure. Slides to the ground, picks up the 1st down, and avoids the hit.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Quick completion to the right. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this...
And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Wide open downfield. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Wegman. Looking to the big tight end. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. The run inside. It's Turner. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. As we get a look at the stats, they are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. From the gun, the running back has it. Could be an alley. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Pitt right back to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short, coming defense trying to rise up. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. That's 20. He's got space. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying the left side. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll make the stop right there, but Pittsburgh moves the chains and they have a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to get it in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped edges short. This defense has been able to force a couple of 3rd downs, but they haven't been able to get the stop. Can they do it this time? They'll try to pound their way in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone.
Number 93, set to advance on the football.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Slips through the line. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So dangerous as a return man, and you see why there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback will keep it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
On the play. Brings up third down.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Looking for a man. It's Wegman. Finds his big tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on third and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting their playmaker get behind there. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and force the fourth down. And now you can make the decision on what you want it to be, but I like the execution by the defense.
And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's reeled in. It's Robinson. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Pitt pushing the pace. Trying to make magic with his feet. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Running inside, it's Turner. Makes it past the marker. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. Might as well give it to him again. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Intercepted to stop the threat. Finding some room. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
This defense will try to keep everything in front. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Looks as if he's going to run it. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be fourth down. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He's going to take off. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You know, we just went into half and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently and to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So that one will put his name in the record books. You can't have a longer return in college football. 100 yards for 6. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They've taken 3 haymakers right across the jaw, down 21-0. There he goes. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Houston wants to play fast.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Turns it on down the left side. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cougar! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Well, they're able to punch that one in on the ground, and honestly, I'm not sure the defense really expected them to come out running the football considering how much they're down in this game. Probably expecting him to throw it a little bit more and have a little more sense of urgency, but either way, listen, for the offense, you just got to get on the board. You got to find a way to score somehow, some way. Now, they're down by a lot, David, and I don't know if they can keep running it moving forward.
They might not be able to keep running it, but they had to score on that possession. Now, defensively, you got to step up for them, right? Like, they got to get both sides of the football working together, but the defense is going to have to get some stops. But obviously, a bulk of the pressure is on this offense. Every possession is going to be so important.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Panthers offense comes out ready to go on the attack. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. It's complete to the right. Oh, the sweet feet. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And that's a nice job by the offense, man. I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. And this time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
You normally don't see this guy miss throws like that. That was a pretty short throw. He can normally make those in his sleep, but with the incompletion, we're now setting up 3rd down.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's really good tackling by this defense, man. 3rd down, understanding the sticks. And what you got to do is break on the football. That drag route comes open. He sees him. He throws it. Man, it does not stay open long because they break on the football with great tackling and force the 4th down.
And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Here comes the Houston offense out and ready to go. That was a big stop by the defense. Now to see if they can take advantage and draw a little closer in this game as we're starting to get late. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Young. Turns it on in midfield. Turning on the Jets. Inside the tap. Touchdown, Cougar. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He steps out of bounds across the 30 at the 33-yard line. Nice work there by the return team. The Pitt Panthers offense out there to go on the attack. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Under fire, the throw. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Throws to the back. This time it's complete. Turning it on. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. Pitt right back to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring that.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you can tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. The run to the right. Did not get an inch. This defense digging in, and it's 4th and goal. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Wegman. Finds his big tight end. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Unloads to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
With the catch, it's Turner. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield, and he's got some speed and wheels himself to run with them. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Great job by this quarterback to beat the blitz, and then the running back made it to the sticks.
Yeah, awesome job. You see a extra guy coming. The running back is not accounted for. Nice job getting it to him and letting him get the 1st down.
Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Pitt!
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the jumbo formation is on the field as they line up for the 2 points. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Dropping back, it's Wegman. He lobs one high down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on second down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops.
Right down the gut of the field. Inside the 30. 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. He'll try to do it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
The Panthers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Bringing it back at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cougars. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
Now they'll try to get the two and make it a 3-point game late. On the option. He's going to be stopped short as they come up empty on the 2-point try. They were hoping to get this game to within a field goal, but the lead stays at 5. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. the Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Got it behind the line. It's Kent. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy.
Got a little grass. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run play action. On the move, he fires. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Quarterback's got the first. Breaks into the open. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You have got to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Floats it out in space. Can't get him to the ground. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design, it's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays, easy decision.
They're going to ride this running back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Off play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw. Sets up the screen. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be... goal for this offense. Timeout Houston, their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Panthers.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Lining up to add another. He wants to... It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. Pulled down for the tackle.
Houston, 25.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. To the air, it's Wegman. Throws for the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
Pitt calls it second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking to take a shot. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Might as well finish with a little flair. The defense comes up with a turnover, and they can take a knee if they choose from here on out.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
He lost one down the sideline. Makes a deep grab. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. Fires toward the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David, every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And who knows, maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been